Welcome to the 2020 International Festival Virtual Edition. We're going to start off talking to Betty Reed about the country that she came from, which is Trinidad and Tobago. Two small islands, one country, off of the coast of Venezuela. And she'll share with us her love of cooking and two of her favorite childhood treats. Let's find out where this country is on our map. Let's go.
I'm Betty Reed from the island of Trinidad and Tobago. So two islands, one country. I grew up in a country town, so there was a lot of freedom. You walked everywhere. You left your doors open. Church was my only outlet besides school. I loved it. And my people were church workers. All my aunts and uncles, they lived around us, and everybody had a role in the church. I started baking with my aunt when I was 13. And I've never stopped. We started baking in dirt ovens, where you would have to get wood, heat the dirt oven. You put your hand in the oven to see if it's hot enough. My husband was offered a job when my baby was 3.5 months old. I've been at St. Cuthbert for 40 years. I particularly like St. Cuthbert because it's a family church, it's family. So the recipes that I'm choosing to share with you today would be currant rolls and coconut drops. These are my childhood favorites, and you can still find them everywhere in Trinidad today. I'm going to make currant rolls. Currant rolls could be made, the pastry could be a short crust pastry. I choose to use a puff pastry. It's lighter. You can buy puff pastry anywhere, but I choose to make my own. You have to get the pastry really thin. I have to roll it about 5 or 6 times. So the basic ingredients, the puff pastry, cinnamon sugar, and currants. That's it. So you sprinkle on cinnamon sugar. You know, growing up, we just used what was in the garden or what was available. And the pastry serves as glue. So I'm just going to go around and wet it. Sprinkle on the currants. Currants are, they're like small grapes. And these are dried. And they have a much stronger flavor than a raisin. They're like raisins, but smaller. So then you just fold it over. And this last one where I had the water, I stick it down. I usually bake it on parchment. Okay. And then I'll stick this in the refrigerator to get cold, because with puff pastry, if you put it in the oven warm, the butter will run out of it. So this is the finished product, all nice and puffed up. And we slice it at an angle. We bake this for about 45 minutes to an hour in a hot oven. I'm going to make old-fashioned coconut drops. And in Trinidad, our desserts or all our food was basically what was available. And coconut was very plentiful. We need butter. I have cinnamon and baking powder in this dish, lemon zest, 2 eggs, a little salt, flour, sugar, and sometimes raisins, not all the time you can. In the Trinidad way of doing things, that's about it. That's all we need, okay? Sugar, I have everything pre-measured. If I were doing this at home, I would be using my mixer, because that's what we have now. In Trinidad, we had no mixer. We use our fingers aplenty. It's pre-measured coconut, grated coconut. You can find it grated at any Asian store or at Fiesta. I'm going to add the eggs. Mix that up. Lemon zest. A little salt and flour. Cinnamon and a little vanilla. This, and you can have you will have the recipe. I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's how we grew up. We didn't have measuring spoons and measuring cups when we were growing up. We just gauged everything. The batter is supposed to be stiff and this is a little soft, so I'm going to add a little extra flour. And then we drop these by the spoonfuls on a baking sheet. Stick it in the oven and bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. And it should be good. Okay, I'm going to pop these in the oven. Nice and brown. These are old-fashioned coconut drops. So, come visit us at St. Cuthbert. It's a lovely place, it's a friendly place, and you get to see me.